At the time of filming this video, ladies and gentlemen, it is February 27th, Pokemon's 30th anniversary, and today they released the next generation of Pokemon. They've released the new generation. Wind and Waves. The leaks were correct. Everything that we thought is coming true. They released a trailer, a lot of build up, and it all comes together in this beautiful scene. Solid looking graphics. The environment looks great. Everything's awesome, except one detail. At the very end of the trailer, it says, coming in 2027. If the game needs that long to be correct, it's fine. But I gotta say, not getting a 2026 release it is rough. It is rough. I know we're getting Fire Red, Leaf Green. I know we're getting Gale of Darkness. We're getting Pokopia, which, by the way, Pokopia looks awesome, actually. Way bigger of a game than I think I could have imagined. Looks massive. Actually, I went from like whatever about it to completely stoked. I'm absolutely going to pre-order now and hopefully pick it up and play for you guys on March 5th when it comes out. But anyways, back to the topic at hand here. 2027, okay? So we got to wait. We're going to have to wait for the next generation. However, they did release the starters this time around. Again, the leaks were correct. A grass bird, fire dog, and water lizard, which totally fine with me. We've got Brout, which is kind of like a new Rowlet form. What do they call the fire dog? Pompon, which looks like this adorable little fire dog, like a Pomeranian. And then we've got our lizard, which is more like a gecko, water type. So we've got a like water type Trico going on. We've got the new Growlithe Houndour competitor, and then another awesome grass type bird that kind of looks like Rookidee. Honestly, it has a lot of resemblance, kind of like a cross between Rowlet and Rookidee. Immediately though, I'm a fan of how they all look. The gecko's fine. It's fine. It looks, to be honest, they all look a little under detail. Like there's nothing about them that I'm just like, oh, it looks so sick. They're fine. Like I don't think they're incredible, but they're good. They're good, I think, overall. But yeah, this video is not really to go into detail too much about the trailer. It's more just general impressions, and then just to realize that we are getting we're not getting a new generation this year. And whether that means they release early 2027 or late 2027, it could be a while before we see this. I can't imagine them doing a November release in 2027. That just seems insane to me. I think everyone was kind of expecting a holiday release this year, but apparently not, unless they completely just either lied or mistaken. So that's what we have, unfortunately. So, you know, it's... Look, like I said, if the game needs that much time to be ready, so be it. I am fine with that. I do not want another Scarlet and Violet experience. It just... Scarlet and Violet on the Switch 2 being fixed and working correctly, it actually ended up being a lot of fun. Before, it was probably maybe the worst game they've ever made. Genuinely, I think it was horrible. So this may be what it needs. You know, if this is what we got, it's what we got, right? So I will say though that graphically, I've been I don't know if I've said this out loud, but I thought, like, if you make a game with the Pokemon Snap remakes graphics, but make it a full-size game, everyone would be more than happy. And this looks to be a little bit closer than that. One of the notable things I did pick out was that the lighting engine is completely reworked. So in Scarlet and Violet, there was not like a central sun to illuminate everything. There literally was, but they didn't. The global illumination didn't work that way. Basically, they would illuminate every Pokemon individually, or rather individually. They would do it in a way that, like, no matter where they were, they would get illumination. But the relationship with the sun, the light source, it didn't always look right, and it gave everything a sort of washed out look, you know, desaturated. So it looks like this time around they do have like actual global illumination. So wherever the source of light is how it's going to reflect in terms of shadows and highlights. That's good. That to me took a lot out of Scarlet and Violet, and it just, you know, I hated how the Pokemon looked like stickers just plastered randomly. Like, it didn't look like they were actually in the environment truly. Does that make sense? Maybe. Anyways, the graphics looked to be there. Frame rates in the trailer looked solid. There were a lot of artifacts I noticed in the grass, like weird low poly clipping stuff like that. So, I don't know. I mean, you know, Pokemon's not exactly known for graphical fidelity. It's definitely time they step it up a notch. So maybe that's why we're getting the 2027 release, because they want it to be polished to a T. I don't know. So anyways, that's basically all I wanted to pop in and say today. But yeah, Pokemon Pokopia, March 5th. Between now and then, we are going to play some Fire Red. I believe Fire Red, maybe Leaf Green. We'll see. It depends on how I feel when I get off work tonight and download it. But yeah, we've got some stuff in the meantime. We've got Pokemon Champions coming out. Yeah, all in all, the presents was really cool. And yeah, anyways, thanks, folks. I appreciate everything, and I will see you soon. Love you. Bye.